Welcome to American Times, your trusted source for breaking headlines, global insights, and sharp analysis from around the world. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. To understand the significance of Chinese warships near Australia, we need to look at their relationship. For years, China and Australia enjoyed a strong partnership built on trade. Australia's resources fueled China's rapid growth. China became Australia's biggest trading partner, making both countries wealthier. But recently, the relationship has soured, moving beyond trade to politics and security. Australia grew wary of China's influence in the Pacific, banning Huawei from its 5G network and calling for a COVID-19 origins investigation. China saw these moves as hostile, responding with heavy tariffs on Australian goods like wine, barley, and coal. Many in Australia viewed this as economic coercion, using trade as a tool for political pressure. The once friendly partnership turned into a relationship marked by suspicion and strategic rivalry. Australia has since strengthened its alliance with the United States, especially through the AUKUS Pact for nuclear-powered submarines. China sees this as a direct threat, deepening the mistrust. Now, the relationship is a complex mix of economic interdependence and growing competition. Each side watches the other carefully, trying to anticipate the next move. The arrival of Chinese warships must be seen against this tense backdrop. What was once a partnership is now a high-stakes game of strategy. Every action is scrutinized, and the stakes are higher than ever. The Chinese fleet was first detected in early August 2025, its movements tracked by satellites and patrol aircraft. The fleet, including advanced destroyers and a supply ship, stayed in international waters, legal, but close enough to be noticed. They sailed down Australia's remote western coast, past Tasmania, and up the eastern coast, effectively circling much of the continent. This route kept them just outside Australia's maritime border, but always within sight of surveillance. The timing was key. Their journey happened just weeks before major joint military exercises between Australia, the US, and allies. Many analysts saw this as a deliberate move, possibly to gather intelligence and observe Australia's response. The ships were under constant watch by the Australian Defence Force, including air and naval patrols. This professional shadowing is standard when foreign military vessels operate nearby. The entire voyage took several weeks, ending as the fleet moved north through the Coral Sea and back toward the South China Sea. Every movement was tracked, ensuring there were no surprises. The message was clear: China can operate far from home, and Australia is watching closely. This was more than a simple training mission. It was a statement. When questioned, China described the voyage as a routine training mission in international waters, fully compliant with international law. Officials emphasized it wasn't directed at any specific country, framing it as a demonstration of the Navy's growing capabilities. Chinese state media highlighted the advanced technology and professionalism of the fleet, projecting strength to domestic audiences. The official narrative focused on long-range navigation and gaining experience in distant waters. There was no mention of the timing or the strained relationship with Australia. By keeping statements neutral and technical, China maintained plausible deniability. The message? These actions are normal for a rising maritime power. But the unspoken signal to Australia and its allies was unmistakable. Australia's government responded calmly, confirming the Defence Force was monitoring the Chinese fleet. Officials stressed the ships remained in international waters and acted professionally, emphasizing respect for freedom of navigation. The goal was to avoid escalation, showing vigilance without provocation. Behind the scenes, surveillance was ramped up, with aircraft and Navy ships shadowing the fleet and collecting intelligence. This event sparked deeper discussions with allies, especially the US, about regional security. The presence of the Chinese fleet reinforced calls for increased defense spending and stronger partnerships like AUKUS and the Quad. Publicly, Australia projected confidence and control. Privately, the strategic implications were analyzed in detail. The message: Australia is alert, prepared, and not intimidated. This wasn't the first time Chinese warships appeared near Australia. In 2019, Chinese ships made a surprise port visit to Sydney, prearranged but still startling. In 2021, a Chinese intelligence ship monitored Australian military exercises, prompting a stronger government response. The 2025 circumnavigation was different, not a friendly visit, nor just a spy ship, but a powerful fleet sailing around the continent. It demonstrated advanced naval capability and logistics, signaling China's growing power projection. Each event has been more assertive, showing a clear trend of increasing Chinese naval activity near Australia. What was rare a decade ago is now becoming routine. These actions test Australia's reactions and send a message about China's confidence. The pattern is clear. China is normalizing its military presence in Australia's neighborhood. Regional observers are watching closely. The presence of Chinese warships near Australia sends a message to the entire Indo-Pacific. Smaller Pacific nations, caught between economic ties to China and security links to Australia and the US, are watching closely. For regional powers like Japan and South Korea, it's another sign of China's growing military reach. The US, long the dominant naval power in the Pacific, sees this as a direct challenge. China's actions could trigger an arms race as countries boost defense spending and strengthen alliances. The region is becoming more militarized and tense, with every move scrutinized. The Chinese fleet's voyage adds another layer of complexity to already fraught regional dynamics. Diplomacy and careful management are now more important than ever. The Indo-Pacific is entering a new era of strategic competition. The stakes are high, and the balance of power is shifting. Every country in the region must navigate this new reality. This naval voyage is part of a larger global power struggle between the US and China. China's goal: secure its trade routes and expand its influence, requiring a navy that can operate far from home. By sending warships around Australia, China signals it can project power deep into the southern Pacific. Australia, economically tied to China but allied with the US, faces tough choices. Its decision to join AUKUS and acquire nuclear submarines aligns it more closely with the US-China's voyage, is a reminder that such choices have consequences. This is classic gray zone activity. Legal, but meant to intimidate and challenge the status quo. It's not war, but it's not peace either. Responding is tricky, overreact, and you escalate. Do nothing, and you risk looking weak. The Indo-Pacific is now the main stage for this 21st century rivalry. In summary, China's naval voyage around Australia is part of a broader pattern of assertiveness in the Indo-Pacific. The event reflects a strained relationship, with both sides balancing economic ties and security concerns. China will likely continue these missions, testing Australia's responses and normalizing its presence. Australia will keep strengthening alliances and investing in defense. More close encounters are likely, demanding professionalism to avoid crises. Diplomacy will be crucial to manage competition and prevent conflict. The Indo-Pacific is now a multipolar arena, with every country recalibrating its strategy. The future will be shaped by how well these powers manage their rivalry, peacefully or otherwise.